Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Good evening. I see you in the chat. Wyatt, you're awesome, man. You're always here. Thank you so much for stopping back, man. It's good to see you. Mike Bodine. Mike, I miss you, buddy. I miss you. I'm going to see you again real soon. Hopefully you're at Angels. I'm planning on being there, so hopefully I'm going to be able to reconnect with a lot of everybody. Oh, it's been too long off the highway. Dude, living up north is not the best for biking. Just not. Daryl, good evening. Welcome to the live chat. And Eric, good evening. I think I have a great chat set up for us here tonight. And Hydrocoat, I see you, buddy. Oh, good. Mike, you're going to be there. I think I have a good chat set up. And Eric, I have a special. So right whenever we're done, I took those videos that we had from our fishing trip, and I made a really cool little video for your boy. So we're going to wrap it up just a little bit early, just enough time that it doesn't cut into anybody's schedule outside of this stream. And we're going to spin it. So at 8:45, that video is going to go live. And I'm pretty excited about it. I think it turned out really good. A little bit of chaotic and a lot of good. So if you guys aren't familiar with the channel, my name's Randall. I have a fishing charter, and I take people fishing. Well, we were out over the weekend, and Eric's boy caught a very nice fish, and we caught it on film. So we used that, made a little video up. So at 8:45, I'm going to wrap this stream up, and we're all going to just watch that video together. So I'll cut this one out so you guys are free to do that, and that'll be Eric's boy. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. I think it turned out really good. And I can tell you that it is definitely like right at the top as far as catches on my boat. It embodied everything that I love about taking people fishing. It had the kids, it had the Lakers, it had the long fight, it had the chaos, it had all of that. And I think you guys will see that it's captured in the video really well. I think you guys are really going to enjoy that. But good evening. Welcome to the live chat. We're doing this every Tuesday right around this time, about 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And I think you guys all know that. But, try to catch up. If you're finding this later and, because YouTube saves this video, just find me back here Tuesdays, 8 to 9 p.m. And that's East Coast time. So good evening. Welcome to the chat. I appreciate all you guys stopping in. Before I jump into going through my list on my notes here, because I always have my notes done. Before I jump into this, I want to say a big thank you to you guys for following the affiliate links down below all my videos. I'm seeing a huge boost in how many people are clicking through and then doing their shopping. It doesn't always turn into purchases, but that's fine. The traffic's got to be there first, and there's a lot of folks who are following those links, and it really means the world. I'm trying to get it. All those as a content creator, you got to kind of have those ways to have revenue coming in. So that really helps a lot. Thank you so much for that. Wyatt, have I been fishing at the lake? Yes, we did. We went up over the weekend. And guys, I'm really excited about going fishing this week. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit with you. And if anybody wants to go, I know a guide that wants to take you. So reach out to me. I will go fishing every day this week that somebody wants to go. So phone call, text message, whatever it is, just get a hold of me. You can use my socials on Facebook or YouTube, or you can go right to my website, randallrydes.com. It's got everything that the charter's got. I got my schedule. It's got my rates. It's got all that stuff. So randallrydes.com. And, of course, my email is there, my phone number, whatever it is. Just get a hold of me. Let's go fishing. Cole's watching. All right. Hey, Cole. Good evening, buddy. We're going to have a video especially for you in just a little bit. Yep. We got your catch when you caught your Laker. We got that all on video. I made a little video for you. And so as soon as we wrap this little chat up, at about 8:45, we're going to switch over. We're going to watch your video of you catching a fish. Cool, man. That's great. The star of the show is actually in the chat, guys. His dad, Eric, is going to translate. So, cool. If you have something to say, just tell your dad. He'll put it in there for you. So good. So good. This is what it's all about, guys. The Lewistown community is growing. We're communicating better, but it all comes back to the kids. It all comes back to the kids. This past year behind me, if there was two major things that I really want to focus on going forward. It's the kids and the veterans. The kids, I think even the veterans, we all agree on this. The kids first, and then the veterans. But if I could do the whole fishing charter just on the kids, that's what it'd be. So anyways, if you guys want to participate, you got family and stuff, tell them to give me a call, and we'll work it out. It'll be a good old time. We'll go do some perch fishing, if nothing else. But good evening, guys. All right. So I think I've said all my thank yous. I think everybody's had enough time to kind of catch up. Before I jump into my notes, do you guys have any questions for me? Have you guys been out on the water? Struggling a little? Good evening, Nick. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Man, I can't wait to go fishing with you again, bro. It's been too long. It's been too long. Have you been out? I haven't been seeing too much as far as from the water. But, yeah, so we were out on the water here over the weekend. And I think most of you have probably watched my doc update. And so I already talked about, it seems like the Lakers, anyways, they have a preference. They have a preference for the smaller baits. So I'm talking about a bait that's about 3 fingers wide. That's how big of a bait they wanted. The one that Cole picked up, he picked it up on a fathead that was that big. 3 fingers wide, but a little fathead, small hook, big fish. But you'll see. You'll see. It's coming up. It's coming up. Not in the boat. You haven't been. It's in the shop. Okay. Needs a carb rebuild. Buddy, I thought you could do that. Maybe you just don't want to. It's cold out. If you don't have a facility with a heater, it can be painful working on your boat if you don't. All right. Well, let's do this then. I wanted to talk about something that's kind of been on my mind for a while, and I'm not sure how you guys are going to take this because it's a little bit of a nudge, a little jab. Okay, it's a little punch on the shoulders. This is coming from the right place, guys. But I want to say this because I want to encourage you to get active out there and still do the fishing thing. Nick, you got to go. I'm glad you said this. You got to go. You got to actually be out there doing it. You have to be doing something. So this is the exact topic that I was just on right here. So I get a lot of questions and stuff out about the water conditions, what baits to use, where to go, which dock to use. And by the way, guys, a little hint, if I'm doing a dock update from 7 points, that simply means I'm recommending you can use 7 points. I don't say that. I just do the dock update there. So most recently I did it at Snyder's, and that's where I'd recommend you go. Nick, here's your answer, buddy. You have to go. If you aren't going, don't expect results. A lot of what I do with my channel, I do share a lot of information with y'all, but ultimately if you're not out there grinding through it, it's not going to help you at all. Nick, you're the last person that I need to teach how to catch a fish. You're overqualified to be going out on my boat. You are always welcome to do so. Look, see? You just punched it in there. I was a moment ahead of you. I saw it as you punched that in. That's your invite, buddy. You're always welcome on my boat. You know that. But we got to get out there. If you're not going onto the water and you're actually grinding and trying to do this stuff, you're not going to be able to flex what you're doing or adjust what you're doing to refine and a better catch and such. So all I'm saying is, yeah, all the questions are great. I love the interaction with everybody, but ultimately you have to be out there grinding. You got to be on the water. You got to be getting the boat out, and you got to be going out and searching. And all I can do is talk you and kind of steer you in the right direction. But you're always welcome to send a message. And, of course, the dock updates, they'll have a little bit of information in it to kind of guide you a little bit. But ultimately, you got to get on the water. And that's where I'm going with tonight's live stream. So let me show this to you right here. How do you get on the water? Guys, the Fish and Boat Commission has an entire page set up on their site for every charter that's in Pennsylvania. This is every charter that's actually got a charter permit. So they have to be permitted to be on this list. And you can see it just goes down by county, and you can search for them 3 ways. I find that looking county is best. Like if you go up here to Huntingdon. So here's Huntingdon County, and you'll see the names you're familiar with. Quick Hit, Lunker, The Volley, Slipknot, McMullen, Angry Muskie, Rhodes, PA Outlaw, Home Waters Club, which I'm not familiar with. Here's Creekside, and those last two I'm not too familiar with. Those are Huntingdon County. If you want to find me on the list, you come down here to Mifflin, and where am I at? Right here's where I'm at. Right there, Randall Rydes, Fishin Charter. So that's me right there. It's got my phone number and everything on there, and look, it's even got my apartment address. Isn't that nice? They just put that out there for you. So yeah, stop by and see me. Pick up some lures when you come, though. Make sure. But my phone number's right there, and I got a link to my website underneath it as well. This is what I'm saying. Go fishing. You have to go fishing. If you're not out there actually actively fishing, you're not going to be able to adjust your aim. So you're going to miss the target probably in the first half of the day, but that second half of the day, if you're talking, communicating, and you adjust what you're doing, like Nick would tell you, if it's not working, change it up. Nick, how would you say it? And Nick, you absolutely have the want to. I know you do. Sometimes I think it gets subdued under all the garbage you're dealing with, but it's always there. That seed will never go. That's called passion. That's called passion. So Wyatt, great question. How deep are the fish? The 2 things that I've been noticing, now I'm going to talk about Lakers a lot because that's what I target a lot. I'm noticing a strong trend if you're going to troll for them at about 100 to 110 feet, so they're down real deep. Or, like you're going to see in the video here at 8:45, Cole caught his in 50 feet of water. So there seems to be some kind of thing going on to where they're either out in the deep channels down about 100 or so feet. So if you're going to troll downriggers and such, that's where you would go. Or if you're going to go jig the secondary points in 50 feet of water, you should do all right. The cool thing about jigging around that 50-foot mark, too, is you're not only jigging for lake trout. You're jigging for a lot of species. You get anywhere between, I would say, 40 to 60 feet, that range right there. And you've got a bunch of bass species. You've got the Lakers. You've got, I hate to even bring up muskie because the people are very sensitive about that. I don't recommend you fish for muskie deep. Like if you find one deep, I don't even think you should drop a lure to it. It's just not ideal for muskie. But bass are down there. There's a lot of species down there. Lakers is what I target because I know you can bring them up, and they have a very good or very low mortality rate on release. And so it makes for a good guide fish to target. You see what I mean? Because we're going to be catching a lot and releasing a lot, and I want to have a positive impact on the fishery and not a negative one. So Nick says this. Did you guys read this? Nick just said it in the chat. It says, if you're never out there, you'll never catch anything. Mark, good evening. Muskie. You're not biased or anything. Of course not. Cool thing coming up, and I'm going to talk about, well, here we go. Let's do it right now. We'll keep this thing transitioning because we got an important video to watch at 8:45 when Cole catches his monster Lake Lewistown lake trout. So let's switch it over right now. I'm going to bring this up because we're talking muskie, right? Now, this trip right here, fishing and grilling, is at Lewistown. You guys know that. This is coming up. This is the next event. It's coming up right here is the address. The date is, I don't know why I can't highlight it for, but you see it there. March 28th through the 31st. I'm doing ride-along tickets. It's randallrydes.com. You guys can just pick up a ride-along ticket if you want to go out for the day. It's $100, and you're just on the boat with me. Whatever it is we get into, we get into. So that's on my site. Fishing and grilling is right here. But if we flash forward a little bit, I want to go back here to events. And Where is it hosting? So there's a couple events coming up here. These are the two that I want to get your attention to. So we got Paddling and Bassin, the spring edition, and then the one we're just talking about, Paddling and Bassin, the fall edition. This one here, the fall edition, when Marcus and I did this last year, it was just him and me. This was kind of like a maiden run, or scouting trip, if you will. We saw almost as many muskie as we did bass. This second leg, this area that we chose for the Paddling and Bassin fall edition, so this isn't until October. You got lots of time to plan for this. That's all summer long to pick up some muskie lures. But that fall Paddling and Bassin trip that we got scheduled, this is a kayaking trip. You can do this. It's not high impact. It's low impact, but it's in the fall, so you have plenty of time to get some lures together. But there's a lot of muskies there. And you know, of course, we're going to get Briar's lures into it too. So Brian's going to be available. If you need a big stick bait to pull through the water, the muskie will hit that too, man. But try to make plans to be at these events. This is where it's happening. But the nearest one to us right now is Fishin' and Grillin'. So do make plans to be there at the end of March. This is what I would say is the end of March is essentially the first opportunity you really have to realistically target the big bass species with stripes down its sides. So striper fishing is going to start through the month of April. The end of March is when you should be out there scouting and starting to look for them and maybe pick one up. If the weather stays this nice, we might have an early start to the striper season. So that's why. Bonus, it is 100% free to camp at Nancy's Boat to Shore. So you got to have a boat, you get out there, and you camp for free. It is the last couple days that you can do that for free at Lewistown Lake. So that's already organized for you. All you got to do is show up. If you bring your own boat and go fish your own fish, kind of do your own thing and such, it doesn't cost you anything other than the cost that you would have normally spent to go fishing for the day. If you want to ride with me, I'll pick you up from the dock. And it's a ride-along ticket. They're on the website, randallrydes.com. Ride along, and I hope you guys all do that. I'm hopefully going to fill the boat up both days. I feel like I bowled you over there. I'm going to slow down just for a second and take a drink, all right? I'm not even drinking coffee tonight, but I'm still feeling pretty amped up. It's good to see you guys. I think ultimately I'm really just excited to share this video of Cole catching this Laker with you. You got to understand, like, he fought it, man. It was a big fish. It was a big fight. And he stuck with it. One of the things I'll point out when you come out on my charter is I want you to do the catching. I don't like to do the catching and have you reel it in. That is not what fishing with Randall Rydes is supposed to be like. What I want you to do is rod in hand, catching a fish, and I'm going to coach you to success. And it was just a beautiful day of that. He worked really hard all day long. And whenever he loaded up on this one, it was just such a big relief and a reward for Cole. So it was a very big deal. Everybody on the boat was happy. Cheers. I was excited. You'll see that in the video. At 8:45, I'm going to shut this stream down, so you'll have a little block of time there to watch this video. And you guys can say anything you want in the comments. Cole is listening. So he is in the chat with his dad. So if you guys want to say congratulations to him, you can do that right now. And then watch his video afterwards. And we all appreciate that. Good. I'm hitting the pause button on that. Congratulations. Yes, sir. Congratulations. How about you guys? Are you out on the water? Are you struggling? What are you seeing? I have the goal to go fish every single nice day this week. So if you guys want to get out there and do some fishing, send me a message. We'll work it out. If I got to put together a couple people to fill the boat, I'll work it out. So if you're interested, just shoot me a text and I'll get you in there somehow. You know what I mean? We'll do some split trips or something, but I'll clear that all with you. Make sure it's not too expensive for you. We'll find a way to pay for the gas and go fishing together. I want to be on the water, and hopefully, I think by now you guys are probably at least thinking about it. So now's the time. Just get your fishing license, get a trout stamp on it. Give me a call, shoot me a message, and we'll do it. Wyatt, what boat do you have that you need a 4-stroke for? So, Buck, you said you were out Saturday and Sunday, but you didn't catch anything on Saturday, but put 3 in the boat Sunday. I got you. What do you think you were doing? What made the difference? Thursday should be good, huh? I'm going to bring up the weather on my app here. I didn't look at the moon yet either. I'll look at that too. Since we're doing it, let's look at it. I'll give you guys my my best forecast, if you will, for what it's worth, guys. Look, it's sometimes I feel like I'm throwing darts, but my aim's getting better. So yeah, Thursday looks solid. I like it. So Friday is going to be your warmest. I got to say, yeah, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, weather-wise, I think you're in really good shape. Oh, wow, we're going to see a big drop in temperature on Friday night. But that's okay. It's all right. I don't think that's as much of it. When the sun comes out, whenever it warms up through the day, I think that's having a huge impact on the fish right now. I think it's really kicking them into high gear. So I think we're all right with that. Yeah, the moon looks good. Yeah, the moon looks good all week. What do we have? Our super moon coming up. The super moon, a new moon is coming up, and that's on Saturday, it looks like. Saturday. Yeah. Saturday and Sunday. So over the weekend, we're going to have what they're calling the super moon, but it's just a new moon. And that's no big deal. It just means it's going to be very dark at night. You won't be able to see the moon. That's all. It's up there. Just look at overhead, underfoot. That's much more important than the moon cycle, is just the position of the moon. So right now it's in, just think of like around lunchtime. It's actually middle of the day. So if you can go out through the middle of the day right now, it's perfect. It's like you don't have to rush to the dock to be able to be there for the moon. And you're missing out on the morning bite because you guys know there is a minor morning bite because of that. But I don't know. The morning bite is probably kind of weak right now because it is so chilled overnight. So you're probably going to want to wait, actually, to get a little sun on the water. Sunday, you were up around 7 points. Okay. Saturday, down by 1 and 2 mile marker. Okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah, we did our catching up just right off of mile marker 8. Yeah. Rick, good evening, sir. Good evening. It's good to see you. Good evening. Yeah, I think 7 points is, let me say it like this. I think anything between the Snyder's launch and 7 points is worth looking at. I think, again, we're talking about water temperatures getting changed. So the shallower waters are going to have more of a pronounced response to the sun warming it up. I'm thinking that's probably why we're seeing the bite turn on stronger as you get down around 7 points. And it might even be a good idea to not go up as far south as far as like Trough Creek, but certainly mile marker 10, 9, and 8 probably be a good area to look at. If you're bass fishing, I'd probably tell you to go up there around mile marker 8 right now and look around there. There's some flats and stuff, some shallower areas. They might be pushing up in there as it gets warmer. So you probably do okay around there too. So if you're looking for largemouth or smallmouth, that's probably what I'd recommend. Is you go up around 7 or 8, maybe 9, right around that area. Probably do okay there. And hey, We were just talking muskie. Maybe that's a good spot to check too. I'm not big on muskie, so I'm just thinking out loud here. You muskie guys, what do you think about that? When we get that warm up around lunchtime, with the sun coming out, you'll warm up the flats. Do you think the muskie will start pushing in and start feeding a little bit? Would that be a good idea? So if you guys didn't catch it, tonight's chat is going to wrap up around 8:45. I got a video that's coming out at 8:45, so I want to be off by then so you guys can watch it. It's one of my clients brought his son out, and he did a great job bringing in a big Laker, and we made a little video up for him. So I want to show him the support and do it right after the live stream tonight, and I think you guys are really going to like it. It's got everything in it. It's got all the good stuff. Kids fishing. Does it get any better than that? Take a kid fishing. If you haven't had a chance to, look for one. Look for the chance to do it. But what do you guys think of that with the muskie? I think it makes sense. If I was a muskie guy, it's not a bad spot to check. At the very least, I'd be cruising those flats, looking with side scan, and seeing what I can mark up. And it's nice because you want to find them in shallower waters so that they're not as, so they release better. Yeah, Mike, okay. I hear that. So I'm just going to stay on for like another 10 or 15 minutes or so, and then we're going to cut free from it. So you guys can see on the board back there, there are no lures hanging. Today I went out to the shop. It's just my garage, and I started cutting wires and stuff. I'm going to do some pouring of lures this week. My goal is to have at least like 5 sets available hanging back there, so you guys can order them and such. But certainly by next Tuesday, I plan on having them hang there just steady, because I think we're going to see a big surge in the fishing that's going on at Lewistown for the Lakers, because the spring Laker bite is really special. Something that's really common that people talk about is ice out Lakers. So as soon as the ice comes off the water, they're out there chasing them. And the reason for that is because the water temperature is so uniform all through the column, they just swim wherever they want to swim. I do still think that you're going to find your biggest Lakers on the bottom. They just favor the bottom. That being said, they'll be on the bottom in all depths, all the way up to, I'd say, 30 feet. I don't think I'd look for them in shallower than 30 feet. Yeah, deep lake muskies do run a little different. I've heard that. Yeah. But that fall edition paddling and bassing, man. Paddling and bassing fall edition. I'm looking forward to that one, man. I think you guys are, I think we're all in it for a treat for that one. I want to see everybody loaded up on a muskie for that trip. How awesome would that be? Now, I'm telling you, we saw everything on that trip. We saw yellow perch, lots of muskie, lots of bass, did a lot of catching. Marcus just crushed me. He did so good. And then yellow perch, saw a walleye. It's such a good stretch. And it's exciting. It's really exciting. I can't wait. I think it's going to be a beautiful addition to something that was already incredible. Paddling and bassing is, I think it's going to be the biggest event that I participate in each year. And and now it's just like a bonus. We get 2 of them. So, super excited about paddling and bassing. Hopefully you guys can make it out. All you need is a kayak. And this is level 1 kayaking, so you don't have to be good on a kayak. That's what I'm saying. It's easy paddling. It's not hard. So, see if you can make it out to it. It's an overnight thing, but you don't have to stay overnight. You can just do it for the day. We camp 2 nights and we paddle 2 days. So we come, set up, and we camp, and then we paddle, camp, and paddle, and pull out at the other launch. So it's pretty unique. It's pretty unique. If you haven't done an overnight paddle-in trip, you're in for a real treat, man. It's really cool. Overnight paddle-in trips aren't something that most people do, though. It's something that people think about and they want to do it, but there's a lot of logistics to it, you know? Well, we've handled that. The logistics are handled. It's time proven. If you aren't in a position to be able to put it together and actually plan it out and do it yourself, just know that this has already been planned out and we've already proved it. So we've already done it a few times now, and it's working. So you're safe out there. You'll be good. Oh, good news, guys. Mark's in the chat, and I didn't even share this with you guys. I did on the doc update, but I don't think I said it in the chat, did I? Here on the live stream. Anyways, Mark did sell his kayak. As last I checked, the reels that Jerry's selling, they're still available. You just punch in 2 reels, and it'll come up. I'm not going to do it on this live stream. I feel like I've kind of beaten that horse. But if you guys have something you guys are trying to sell on Marketplace that's in the community, let me know, and I'll put it in here, and I'll just share it with everybody. So if we can sell it to our own community, we'll do that first, right? Good, man. I appreciate you guys. Your interaction in the chat is really helpful. I've always said there's really just 2 things when you come on. Number 1, participate. You can share, hit the thumbs up, say something in chat. All that stuff helps. But number 2, if you are just hanging out and lurking in the shadows, I appreciate you. Most of the people who chime in for these live chats will never say or participate in any way. They'll never say something or participate. I know you're there. I appreciate it. Your view time and such. It really helps the channel out. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that support. The affiliate links, you guys have been incredible to me. My watch time on my YouTube channels is just climbing. It's just all good. The charter thing's working. The lures are selling. Thank you. Appreciate it. "10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. 10 minutes till Cole's video goes live." So you guys have any questions for me? I think whenever I put in with these charters, the charters I'm putting in here for this week, and if you guys want to go, just reach out to me, let me know, shoot me a text or something like that. I think what we're going to do is it'll either be Snyder's or 7 points, but I am leaning towards 7 points right now. And it's simply because we're getting that heat up during the broad part of the day, and I want to be out there while the moon is overhead, and that is actually during the warmest part of the day. The reason you're going to see a lot of people putting fish in the boat is because they're going to have a lot of things that drives them. You're going to have the heat of the day, the sun is going to be highest, or the day is going to be the warmest, or the water is going to be the warmest, right around the middle of the day, that 12 to 2 o'clock range. I think we caught our Laker with Cole, the video you're going to watch here in just a few minutes. I think we caught him at like 2 o'clock. So like the warm part of the day. Not a coincidence. I don't believe that. Moon was overhead. And again, we're going to see that trend here for right through the weekend. Mike, I'm in Lewistown, Pennsylvania. Lewistown. It's like central Pennsylvania. Hydrocoat, anything new around the lake? Anything new around the lake? Huh? Why am I so confused by that? Oh, the lake is called Raystown. Lake Raystown. Yeah, it's a huge lake. As far as central Pennsylvania is concerned, it's a huge lake. So you can't fish it in one day. but it's a deep lake, and so we get our deep water species, but it goes all the way into the shallows too. So it's a diverse ecosystem. We have all the fish. They're all here. There's very few fish that the lake doesn't hold, and people are always talking about introducing them. Anything new around the lake, like food or places to stay? Is there anything new, like food or places to stay around the lake? Boy, I tell you what, Hydrocode, I think I would say no. I don't think we have new places opening up that I know of, but what I am certain of is we have fantastic old places. Places that have been steady staples. They've been here for years. Family restaurants and businesses and stuff around here. A lot of them are run by the same guys who are, doing they're taking their kids to school and then doing the football coaching, and then they go and they run they're filling the propane at their shop afterwards, But yeah, we have a lot of family-run businesses, private-run businesses, and it's all by locals and stuff. But I can't say that I know of any that are new. The exception of that one, I'll do a little shout-out here. We have, what is her business called here? Eric, help me out. You're your Marine friend. What's the name of her business? The Chow Corral. The Chow Corral. So I was fortunate enough to get this coin. Let that. See, it says Chow Corral on there. And Eric, when I was out fishing with him, he gave me this coin. He said, this is her challenge coin. She's a Marine. And if you guys go through Huntington, she's got a lot that she just purchased. And she's selling coffee. And it's right there behind McDonald's. It's behind McDonald's and Taco Bell, basically. Eric's shop is new. Eric, help me out, buddy. You talking about your smoke shop? I will shout your smoke shop out, buddy. Have a good night, Mark. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Get a good night's sleep. Yeah, he's got an early morning, so Mark's going to cut out. He drives truck, so he's going to be on the road very early. So, yeah. Eric, do us a favor and punch a link into the chat there, or a Facebook page, whatever it is. Whatever you want to do to promote your business, put the link in there. And if it's a link that I can follow, I'll share it right now, and we'll finish the stream up on that before we send everybody off to go watch your boy catch a big Laker. But yeah, absolutely. New shops, but yeah. I'm not sure of her name. Eric, what's the young lady's name, the Marine? I believe you said she's a Marine. The Chow Corral. But that's the token. And Eric, I think I know what I'm going to do with this. I think I'm going to give it to my daughter, because she'll think that's pretty cool. I'm trying to get it to focus on this instead of my eyes. There it goes. Oh, it tried. Well, the Chow Corral. I tried. Chris Runk. Thank you. Yeah, so Eric has a smoke business, so he smokes meats, and guys, I can have testimony. I just had some of your sausage again today. We cooked it last night on the grill, and then we had it as leftovers today, and it's fantastic. Of course it is. And the Laker that you're about to watch be caught, he did smoke that, and of course he sent me a picture of it, and it looked delicious. It was incredible. If there's one way to cook a Laker, it's smoking it. And Eric knows how to smoke them. Yeah, so Eric is a smoke shop guy, and he's going to get something running. The moment he gets it up and running, we're going to make sure that we premiere it, okay? On this live stream, you will know all about Eric Wolf's smoking business. Specty, good evening. What's happening, man? It's good to see you in the chat. We got just a few more minutes, and then I'm going to cut this stream down, and we're going to watch Eric's boy Cole catch a big Laker on my charter just the other day. A good spot to find perch in the summer at the lake. Well, number one, off the side of my boat on a charter, because I'm going to do some perch trips, and I think you guys are you're going to be excited about these ones. stay tuned. I have big plans for perch tripping this year. Number two, if you want to go down and just target them yourself, they move a lot, so I don't like to give you a pin. But the dock to use, I think, at least it certainly is a good dock to use, is going to be Shy Beaver. If you put in at Shy Beaver and you head south like you're going towards Weaver Falls, and just start cruising along the flats and the edges and stuff, and use your side scan and sonar and look around, and when you find marks, you're probably looking at perch. They usually get really heavy in there through the summer. So you should be able to find them with relative ease, and if not, send me a text. Good evening. Man, you guys are being incredible tonight. I really appreciate all the feedback. You've always been supportive, and these live streams they really are a lot of fun. I'm really starting to look forward to them every week. I'm so glad that we get together and just kind of talk for a little bit. So thank you for being here. Thank you for that. As we wind down the chat here, the last 2 or 3 minutes before I send you guys off to watch Cole catch his big lake trout, do you guys have anything at all for me before we go, before we shut it down? I want to encourage you to do 2 things. One is go to my website and look at my rates for 2024, and you can check my calendar and stuff and see when I'm available. And if you have been thinking about it but haven't pulled the trigger on the purchase of a set of my lures, go ahead and do that. I'm going to spend a little bit of time this week while it's warm and I can be out in the garage without numb fingers, and I'm going to actually do some lure work here over the next couple of days. So I'm planning on having some lures hanging on the wall behind me here for the next live stream. And between now and then, I'm just going to be making a bunch. So now's the time. It's a good time anyways to order them because you'll be ahead of the spring Laker bite. And give me time to get them made, get them out to you, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. I think that's it. Nobody's asking me any questions, so I think I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay right on the Randall Rydes channel. When this video shuts down, just shoot over and find Cole's video. It's simply, I think I called it Fishin' is for Kids. And you're going to see me and Cole there holding a big Laker. Just click on that video. Show Cole some love and all that stuff. You guys already know that gig. But thank you so much for being here for the live stream. I'm going to let you go with that. Much love and much respect, guys. We'll see you. Have a good night.